Hey everybody, and welcome to a new series on the World RPG. Yesterday I did a quick little update on just checking out the big overhaul they did to the starting process, and I tried out the new class, the Shrine Priestess. Not big on pet classes usually, but I wanted to give them a try and see what was up. Um, I will keep playing my Berserker as well from the old series, but it's been quite a few months, and I just want to re-familiarize myself with the game and everything else. So I thought I will start up a new series here and relearn everything, especially since there's still a ton of changes that I'm not aware of yet. So I think I'm going to play a bowmaster. This is a class I've been looking at trying to learn for a while. And for endgame raids, I think they're pretty highly sought after usually as a support DPS. So we'll just hop right into this. Can read some of these. Increases move speed every 4 seconds and powers an attack with additional damage scaling off agility. And it also removes the cooldown from our first two abilities here from the looks of it. Using shot and flame shot. Dashes back and shoots a powerful arrow of fire. Based on attack damage and agility, stuns, and deals bonus damage to already stunned enemies. Okay.
Are we being invaded? Is there trouble?
That's seems pretty good.
I'm game. Making trails gladly. What is nature's call? I'm game for the trees. Making trails. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game gladly.
Oh, and then because I used my elven arrow here, it reset the cooldown of flame shot, so I could use it twice.
For the trees.
So we attack and then use it.
For the trees.
Nice.
I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game gladly. Making trails.
And when there's no cooldown on it, it also doesn't have the knockback part of it from the looks of it.
Hi.
This is going to be the crafting tutorial, I think. Yeah. So we'll run back to town here quick. Figured all this out in the last video. So if you want to take a look at this new crafting system, I'll be using it a lot, obviously. But I explored a lot of that stuff earlier. I didn't end up actually grabbing anything from here. So there's the XP, and yeah. So we'll grab one of the XP plants as well, just to make this go a little faster.
I'm game. Gladly. For the trees.
Yeah. So there's no knockback part of the attack.
Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. The hunt is on. Taste my spear. I'm game. Making trails. Aim dead center. The hunt is on. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game.
I like that quite a lot, actually.
Taste my spear.
Our forces are under attack.
I'm game. Making trails. For the trees.
Alright.
Gladly.
That went pretty smooth. What does this one actually do? Slows the target. Oh, and of course, this will deal extra damage if they're already stunned. So when I'm multicasting it from the Elven Arrow proc, then it's going to deal double damage on the, or 100% increased damage on the next attack.
For the trees. I'm game. Aim dead center. Gladly. For the trees. Making trails.
Seems like much more simple of a character compared to
I'm game. For the trees.
the Shrine Priestess. was interesting, and I'm sure if you really know what you're doing and like that micro kind of class, it'd be really good, but
Gladly.
I'd rather play something a lot more simple like this.
The hunt is on. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails.
It does appear to be a like a skill shot though, so it'll hit the first thing it impacts with.
Gladly. Taste my spear. For the trees. I'm game. The hunt is on. Making trails. For the trees.
Yeah, seems like a pretty decent combo. You wait till this procs, and then you cast this twice for the stun and the extra damage.
I'm game. The hunt is on. For the trees. Taste my spear. Gladly.
Huh.
I'm game.
All right.
Making trails.
Oh, I didn't actually hand in the quest for making the acorn bomb.
For the trees. Gladly.
I think this next quest is gonna want us to level 10 to kill the troll lord.
I'm game.
We'll start moving down there.
For the trees. Taste my spear. Gladly. Gladly. I'm game.
Okay, we got our freezing shot now.
Making trails.
That is nice. A good slow.
Gladly. For the trees. Making trails. The hunt is on.
And we can take this quest now.
The hunt is on. Making trails. Aim dead center. Taste my spear. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. For the trees. The hunt is on. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. Aim dead center. Taste my spear.
Oh, probably gonna die here. Yeah, that's okay. Still a little squishy.
The great outdoors. I'm game. For the trees.
Looks like our effect still stays. I suppose I could have eaten that to restore some health, but wasn't really thinking about that.
I'm
You can
game.
kill some of these enemies along the way, the bosses.
I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. For the trees. Aim dead center. I'm game. Making
If we can get some drops,
gladly.
it'd be nice.
For the trees.
Maybe we can actually get lucky and get the
The hunt is on. I'm game. Gladly.
the weapon drop from Silverback here.
Taste my spear. For the trees.
Nope.
Making trails. For the trees. I'm game. Gladly.
Yeah, that's okay.
For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game.
Yeah, I do really enjoy this remade starting area. I think they did a really good job with it.
I'm game. Making trails. Gladly. The hunt is on. Making trails.
And I also really wanted to check out a bow character, because I've never actually played a ranged character in this game before. I usually play melee characters,
For the
my main class being the Crusader. There we go. And we got the crafting ingredient, which is for both of the weapons, either from the Silver Fang drop or the Troll Axe. I think damage and main stat, the HP and the crit might be a little bit better, I don't know. This is probably better overall for DPS, but
Gladly. Aim dead center. I'm game. Making trails. Taste my spear. For the trees. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly.
I'm curious as this levels up if that cooldown goes down or if it's always at 4 seconds.
Making trails.
Imagine if it went down, it would be quite powerful. At 4 seconds, it still seems really, really strong, and obviously removing the cooldowns from these two, the main two spamming abilities, seems like pretty important. This one here, summons a faithful guardian that follows the bowmaster around, increases nearby hero's attack damage and main stat by 8%. Wow, and supports every attack with bonus attack damage base. Yeah, okay. And it can crit. That seems really strong. And the active is the heal, right? Yeah, increasing your allies' HP regen. Lasts up to a maximum of 4 seconds. So that'll be really nice this coming level. You got another Troll Blood. I actually don't need that one, because I'm going to be making one of the weapons. But it means that we have this now, which... Yeah, you can see the little lightning bolt from the owl. That's actually really cool. And then, is this a channel? No, it just continues. Seems to work a little bit like the Tranquility Ultimate from Keeper of the Grove in normal Warcraft. Uses the same animation. Yeah, it seems like a really solid class so far.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
I'm game for the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. The hunt is on. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game.
Well, why don't we go clear out some of these bosses again?
Gladly. Making trails. For the trees.
I would still really like to get the weapon drop from Silverfang.
Making trails. Aim dead center.
I don't think the healing on hit is quite as important.
Making trails.
It doesn't look like it wants to drop. I don't think the healing is going to be as important,
Are we being invaded? I'm for the trees.
since we have a heal built into our kit already, but
Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. The hunt is on. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails.
we'll start killing some of the fur bulls over here.
For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. Aim dead center. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Making trails. Taste my spear. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. Making trails.
Yeah, the clear seems to be really good, and the heal is on a relatively low cooldown. The forest armor is... I think the Silverfang vest and main stat... Oh, it's actually not as good. Let's have the 3 HP regen, but I think the actual... Oh, not even high enough level for it yet. Well, I'll hit it momentarily.
I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. What is nature's call? Making trails. I'm game. Aim dead.
And of course, if you guys watched the last video, then none of this stuff from the reworked leveling area is new, but for those of you who didn't,
Gladly.
they really condensed down a lot of the leveling process. The max level now is only 100 instead of, I think it was 400. So,
I'm game. Gladly. Is there trouble? Aim dead center. Making trails. I'm game.
they removed a couple of the different enemies you'd go through as well, like the kobolds are gone now.
Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. For the
And they removed all of the little tiny quest pickup items that you could hand in for XP and gold. They were a bit of a nuisance, and I don't think anyone really liked them.
I'm game. Are we being invaded? For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. Gladly. Taste my spear. For the trees. Making trails. Taste my spear. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly.
Almost level 20 here.
Gladly. I'm game. Aim dead center. For the trees. I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails.
Getting plenty branches here as well, which is good.
Gladly.
We'll want to farm up the tree and protector here a bunch. We'll just have our bag shift queue up to pick up all these.
I'm game. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. I'm game. Aim dead.
There we are, level 20.
Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. Gladly. For the trees.
Let's swap over to the forest armor for a little bit extra damage.
I'm game. The hunt is on. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Hi. Making trails.
We gotta remember we do want 5 extra branches as well,
I'm game.
so that we can do the craft for the helmet.
Gladly. I'm game. I'm game. The hunt is on. Taste my spear. For the trees. Aim dead.
Speaking of, can use one of these and put it on our bag here.
What is nature's call?
But we have a helmet now. Let's put the troll blood on him. I don't know if we'll end up even crafting
Making
any of that, but we'll see.
dead center. The hunt is on. Taste my spear. Taste my spear. The hunt is on. I'm game. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly.
We can try giving the Firbolg boss a
Our forces are under attack.
shot here as well. He's probably not going to be too hard. Yep, not too bad. We did get an item drop though. Just an ancient branch.
Making trails. Aim dead center. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. Making trails. Aim dead center. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails.
We'll just be farming here a little bit longer until we hit level 25, and then we'll kill the boss a few times.
For the trees. Gladly. Gladly. Making trails. The hunt is on. I'm game. Aim dead center. For the trees. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. Making trails. The hunt is on. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees.
Another ancient branch drop. How many does that put us at? 9? So it's 3 summons for the boss.
Gladly. Taste my spear. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. Aim dead center. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game. Are we being invaded? Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. the trees. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. Taste my spear. The hunt is on. I'm game. Gladly. Taste my spear. Making trails. For the trees. Aim dead center. Making trails. For the trees.
So far, it seems pretty straightforward.
I'm game.
Just using the freezing shot and continuing to proc
I'm game.
the Elven Arrow for it for AoE, and then using the Flame Shot for single target.
Gladly. Taste my spear. For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. I'm game. The hunt is on. Gladly. For the trees. Making trails. Making trails. I'm game. Aim dead center. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. Hi. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Gladly.
Now, the recommended level is 25, but I'm curious to see if we can actually do it before.
Making trails.
We can.
Gladly. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Gladly. Taste my spear. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. Is there trouble? For the trees. I'm game. Gladly. Aim dead center. Making trails.
Nice, and we did get the bow. Okay, bow and the sword. Now, I doubt I'm going to be a high enough level for it, but we can take a look.
Trees.
Oh, we are. It's only level 20 we need. We do have a chance on attack to activate Force Blast. I wonder what that will look like.
For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game.
An extra damage proc is always nice, though.
I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. The hunt is on. I'm game. Making trails.
Okay, we got our
Taste my
fourth ability here.
for
When we read this, let's see what's up with it. Fires a mana-infused arrow to repeatedly strike down lightnings upon the targeted area. Deals agility times 3 every 0.5 seconds and stuns for 1 second. Increases the damage to take from Guardian Scout. That's our passive from here. Lasts for 3 seconds. That seems like it's very good. And will, of course, stun so that Flame Shot can deal more damage.
game.
Let's give it a try.
For the trees. I'm game. Gladly.
Yeah, seems pretty strong. And just a sword. We still have 7.
There trouble?
We want to get the wings here,
Gladly.
if possible.
For the trees. Making trails.
So we can do this one more time.
I'm game. Gladly. I'm game. Taste my spear. Making trails.
Nice. And we did get the Ancient Leaf, which is good. Let's see if I can... There it is. Just the crafting ingredient we need for the helmet. Put that in our bag.
Hi.
Very nice. And do we have enough? We have 5. So we actually have enough to craft the helmet right away. But I do still want to get the wings. So we'll try and kill the boss one more time here.
Making trails.
Hopefully he drops the wings.
Making trails. For the trees.
And he did not. He dropped the leaf again, but that's not quite what we want.
Gladly.
Don't quite have enough. We're at 2, so we need to get one more.
For the trees. For the trees. Gladly. Taste my spear.
Okay,
Making trails.
that'll put us at the 3 we need.
Hi.
And hopefully we get the wings here.
I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. What is nature's color? For the trees.
Unfortunately not.
Making trails. Is there trouble?
Well, we'll farm up a little bit.
What is nature's
We
call?
don't get the
For the trees.
the wing drop soon, I'll just move on, but they're not necessary, but they would be nice, some extra stats. And XP, I believe, is the big thing that they give as well.
For the trees, gladly. The hunt is on. Making trails. I'm game. Is there trouble?
Looking on the ground for the branch, and it's in my inventory.
Gladly. Making trails. Are we being invaded? Gladly. For the trees. Making trails.
So we're at 2.
Making trails. Aim dead center. The hunt is on. Aim dead center.
There we go, that's 3.
Gladly. For the trees. Taste my spear. Making trails. For the trees.
Green crystal golem token.
I'm game.
I don't know what that is.
What is nature's call? Gladly. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails.
Token.
I'm game.
Well, okay.
I'm game.
Not sure entirely what that is about. Oh, it's for the appearance of your bag.
Is there trouble? Gladly. Gladly. I'm game.
Oh, that's cool. Instead of it being the little sack, it's a crystal golem. I actually like that. That's pretty cool. That's probably quite a rare drop.
For the trees. The hunt is on. Aim dead center. Making trails. Taste my spear. Making trails. Gladly.
Now, let's just do a quick... Is that the right command? Clear? Let's check. Clean. Just to get rid of all the loose loot on the floor.
I'm game. For the trees. I'm game. Gladly. Making
And we'll put that branch away. We'll just save up for the 5 to try and craft the helmet first. I think that's more important.
the hunt is on.
Could be wrong.
I'm game. Taste my spear. Gladly.
Seems like that big green AoE is what the Force Blast proc is.
Trails. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game. Gladly.
That one there, the one that sort of spirals up.
For the trees. Aim dead.
Perhaps I'll have to look and see what the
I'm game. Gladly.
damage on that proc is.
Taste my spear. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. The hunt is on. Making trails. For the trees. Aim dead center. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails.
There he is.
Hi. Gladly. I'm game.
Okay. That should put us at 3.
Are we being invaded? I'm game. Making trails. Aim dead center. Gladly. Taste my spear. For the trees. I'm game. For the trees.
Our forces are under
Making
attack.
trails. Gladly. The hunt is on. Gladly. Aim dead center. For the trees. The hunt is on. I'm game. Making trails. Making trails. Taste my spear. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. The hunt is on. Making trails. Aim dead center. Taste my spear. Gladly. The hunt is on. I'm game. Aim dead center. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. Making trails.
Seems like he drops a branch almost every time you kill him.
Is there trouble? I'm game. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Taste my spear. Gladly. Making trails.
Although I don't know that he was in the last video I did. He was dropping tasty meat a lot.
Gladly. For the trees.
We haven't seen any of them drop yet.
I'm game.
Our XP buff item
The hunt
has run out, but I'm not too concerned about it. Just because I'm not going to get a lot of XP around here anyways.
For the trees, gladly. Taste my spear. I'm game. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. For the trees.
There we go, cleared up all the drops.
Gladly. I'm game. Aim dead center. I'm game. Gladly.
Okay, that should be our 5th one. It is.
For the trees.
Go ahead and
I'm game.
craft up the new helmet. Get a nice
For the
upgrade.
trees. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees.
For 15 armor, 15 all stat, and a decent amount of regen.
What is nature's call? Making trails. Gladly.
We can drop the forest helm and take the crafted helmet. There we are.
I'm game. Gladly.
Okay.
Trails.
We could move right to the seaside to fight Murlocs, but I still want to get those wings, so
Gladly.
I'll farm up one more summon for the boss, and if I can get the wings, good. If not, I'll move on. Maybe get them off camera.
Making trails.
Our
Gladly.
forces are under
Taste my
attack.
spear. Aim dead center. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Hi. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. The hunt is on. Making trails. Taste my spear. Aim dead center. For the trees. The hunt is on. Gladly. For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. Taste my spear. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. Gladly. The hunt is on. Making
Our
trails.
forces are under attack.
I'm game.
Okay, that's the 3 we need for the
What is
summon.
nature's call? For the trees. Are we being invaded? Making trails. Gladly.
Just a leaf.
I'm game.
Okay.
Making trails.
I can always come back and get the wings off camera. I think we're sufficiently strong enough without them.
I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. Aim dead center. For the trees. Taste my spear. Gladly. Is there trouble? Aim dead center. I'm game. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. What is nature's call? Gladly. Hi. Making trails.
We'll go see if we can't take on the turtle boss.
I'm game. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. The hunt is on. Gladly. For the trees. Taste my spear. Making trails. For the trees. The hunt is on. Gladly. I'm game. Aim dead center. Making trails. The hunt is on. For the trees.
Alright.
I'm game. Gladly. Gladly. Aim dead center. I'm game. Taste my spear. Taste my spear.
Nice. And that is the crafting ingredient he drops, I believe, for the wings. So we have the upgrade from him for the wings
Trails.
when we get them.
Game for the trees. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. For the trees. The hunt is on. Taste my spear. Making trails.
We are actually having to use our heal here,
Is on.
but that's what it's for.
I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. Gladly. Aim dead set. I'm game. Making trails. The hunt is on. For the trees. For the trees. Gladly.
Oh, very nice.
Making trails. I'm game. I'm game.
We need to drop from both of him, so we'll do the crab first. I don't know if we're strong enough to beat him yet, but we'll try.
For the trees. I'm game. For the trees.
Doesn't seem too bad.
For the trees. Taste my spear. Making trails.
Oh, some pretty decent damage, but we got him halfway. Should be able to take him down. We had a decent chunk of gold. I'm not sure if they made gold useful in the overhaul update they did for 0.50. So I remember in older versions, gold was basically useless.
Gladly. For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. Aim dead set. The hunt is on. I'm game. For the trees. Making trails.
Ooh, nice. And he didn't drop anything. That sucks. We did get a lot of XP though, and we got our arrow ring. Summons countless magical arrows to bombard targeted area. 24 arrows. They don't deal a lot. Actually, they deal agility times 3.75. That's pretty decent. If chained with flame shot, explosion radius increased. If chained with freezing shot, it freezes enemies. Ooh. Let's go give that a try.
For the trees. Making trails.
This is our T ability. Wow, that is a lot. Hard turtle shell is a wings,
Is there
so
no? I'm game.
we do have some.
For the trees.
And armor 15, HP 500, HP regen 10. Decent. I don't know if they have any upgrades. I think they might be used as a crafting material later.
Gladly. I'm game.
We did get the deep bow drop as well. 120 and 25. Yeah, the boss bow is still better.
Are we being invaded? Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. I'm game. For the trees.
Let's see, we chained it with the fire arrow there, so it did a rain of fire arrows. That's cool.
The hunt is on. Gladly. For the trees. Taste my spear.
We'll see if we can't get
Gladly. Making trails. For the trees.
another magical horn.
Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. Aim dead. Gladly. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. For the trees. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game. Gladly.
Nice.
For the trees. Gladly.
Yeah, the arrow rain seems really strong. I like that.
For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. making trails. Taste my spear, gladly. I'm game, making trails. I'm game, gladly. For the trees. I'm game, gladly. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game, for the trees. Aim dead
There we go.
my spear.
Seems like it's an okay drop rate. I don't think we actually need these little healing items. We'll go for the walrus this time.
Making trails for the trees. Is this I'm game, gladly, gladly. For the trees. Making trails.
Our forces are under attack.
I'm game, gladly. For the trees. Making trails. Gladly.
I think that was an attack of the walrus.
For the
I usually don't actually fight the boss's item boss for this area very often. And when I do, it's usually when I'm quite strong and basically one-shot them.
making trails. Making trails. Aim dead center. Gladly.
Unfortunately, no drop from him either.
Are we being invaded? For the trees. For the trees.
Oh, deep sword.
The hunt is on. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails.
I think the deep armor would probably be a good upgrade if we can get it to drop as well.
For the trees. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. Taste my spear. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. The hunt is on. Gladly. Making trails. Aim dead center. Aim dead center.
And
The hunt is
nothing. Oh, actually, we did get a deep armor drop and a deep helm.
What
The
is
deep helm's not as good, but the deep armor definitely is. I don't know why I missed that. A little extra damage and some more armor is always good.
Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Taste my spear. Taste my spear. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. Making trails. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. Gladly.
Another item drop. Just a deep helm. I don't think there's anything else other than the magical horn we care about seeing drop here.
Making trails. The hunt is on. Gladly. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. For the trees. I'm game. Aim dead center. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees.
I like this class a lot. It flows really well.
Taste my
Decent number of combos, but it's not overly complicated or anything.
For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game. I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. The hunt is on. Aim dead center. Making trails.
Our forces are under attack.
Making trails. For the trees. I'm game. Taste my spear. The hunt is on. I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. Making trails. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. I'm game. The hunt is on. What is next? For the trees. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. For the trees. Making trails. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. I'm game. Making trails. Aim dead center. Gladly. For the trees. I'm trees. Aim dead center. The hunt is on. I'm game. Making trails. Making trails. For the trees. I'm game. Taste my spear. Gladly. Making trails. Gladly. For the trees. I'm game. Gladly. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. Aim dead center. For the trees. The hunt is on. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. Making trails.
Still no magical horn drop.
Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails. For the trees.
Turtle should spawn soon.
Making trails. Making trails. I'm game. Aim dead center. Gladly. Taste my spear. For the trees. Gladly. For the
Oh, it looks like. Oh, that's the effect from the elven arrow actually shows up on the bow.
making trails.
I thought it might have been the.
I'm game. Gladly.
I thought it might have been the wings,
Making trails.
but
I'm game. Gladly.
no.
For the trees. Making trails. For
Okay.
the trees. I'm
I don't know
game.
what his drop table actually entails, but he's not dropping a whole lot.
Gladly. Making trails. For the trees.
Could just be unlucky, or they might have changed it. He might not drop any
Aim dead center.
better equipment yet.
Gladly. For the trees. Gladly. Aim dead center. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Making trails. I'm game. Gladly. Gladly. The hunt is on. Taste my spear. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Aim dead center. For the trees. Gladly. Taste my spear. Making trails. I'm game. The hunt is on. Aim dead center. Taste my spear. Making trails. The hunt is on. Aim dead center.
There we go.
Gladly.
Let's go ahead and try for the king crab. I'll need a drop from both of them anyways. Sea jewel, there we go. That's the accessory, which still has the same heal. Don't care about the mana regen, but 15 all stats is a little higher than 5. Some better damage. We'll hold on to the acorn bomb for now, just because I plan on using the sea jewel as a crafting ingredient. Because if I remember correctly, I need the wing drop from the Protector of Nature, and now I need the walrus skin cloak, which is also considered a wings. Okay.
I'm game for the trees. Making trails. Gladly. Making
Well,
trails.
let's go on and kill the turtle again.
I'm game for
The turtle used to have a much higher chance to drop the magical horn than normal enemies, so perhaps he still does. Doesn't seem like it so far, but
the hunt is on. Aim dead center. Taste my spear. I'm game. Gladly. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails.
almost level 50 as well, which is when we get our ultimate, which just does a whole lot of damage from the looks of it. Explosion at the end dealing agility times 75, yeah. Stacks Elven Arrow every second for 6 seconds. Oh. So using this will let me basically use unlimited Flame Shot and Freezing Shot.
For the trees. I'm game.
Or it'll let me use them a lot more often, assuming I don't put them on cooldown. So if I put them on cooldown, it doesn't matter if I have stacks of Elven Arrow. And resummon raid bosses using the Memory Stone. I don't think there are any raid bosses for me to resummon, though. I suppose I can also put this back on him, but I can use this last tomato for EXP. And from the looks of it, they got rid of the anti-AFK measure that they used to have as well, where you'd have to input something, a number for like a math equation. That confused a lot of people, so I'm sure they have something else in place for anti-AFK, or I imagine they would put something else in place. They may not have. Now, I know they reworked a lot of the early game and, of course, the leveling and the balanced, but I'm curious to see how much of the later areas, like the Icy area and the Duchy of Wallachia, and how much of that has changed, if at all. And the lava area. I wonder if it's mostly untouched or if they went through and overhauled a lot of that as well. Didn't really get too much into it in my Berserker playthrough, but I imagine the Fairy Forest and a lot of the early raid bosses are more or less the same. I'm sure numbers have been tweaked to account for the rebalance, but and another hard turtle shell. You can get maybe one more magical horn. Or how good the heal on the Sea Jewel is. That looked like around 4,000, so it would do a full heal on me. For classes that don't have a good healing option early, it would probably be pretty nice, instead of having to carry around healing items.
trees. Aim dead center. Making trails. I'm game. For the trees. The hunt is on. The hunt is on. Gladly. Gladly.
Nice.
Making
Okay, and we want to do walrus and hope we see the walrus cloak here.
For the trees. For the trees. I'm game. What is next? Hi. Gladly. Take
Ivory Cane Tusk Hunter. We got a staff and a gun, 2 weapons we can't use. At least I don't think we can use a gun.
I'm game.
Yeah. 300 bonus magic damage. Wow, that's a really nice int weapon, actually.
Is there trouble?
Okay.
For the
Well, let's do one last kill on the dragon turtle here. And just a hard turtle shell. We're real close to hitting 50. We'll just hit 50 quick and then call that the video.
Making trails. Taste my spear. The hunt is on. Aim dead center. Gladly. I'm game. For the trees.
And there we go. That's level 50. Why don't we show off what the ultimate does real quick?
For the trees.
Wow.
The hunt is on. Aim dead.
That is a fancy animation.
I'm game. For the trees. Gladly. Making trails.
Well, we will call it there for today's episode.
Gladly. For the trees.
Throw down a quick save here. I hope you all enjoyed. I know a lot of you have been asking for some more TWRPG content, so here we are.
I'm game.
Another episode should be up soon. I'll probably go see if I can't get the wings off camera, and then we'll come back and try and get the walrus cloak again, and then check out whatever this level 50 quest here is. Yeah.
What is nature's call?
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video.